Aloha and good morning. This is Pastor Iz at Amazing Grace Ministries International, coming to you live from China Spring, Texas, as I'm sharing the gospel from here at my daughter Joy's and her husband Robbie's place. It is awesome to be with them. And for those of you that don't have your own grandchildren yet, well, having three of them to wake me up in the morning and hang out with me, it's just awesome. So listen, today we're going to be going over Romans chapter 7. Now, this is the chapter I affectionately call the doo-doo chapter. And the only reason I call it that is because Paul talks about the very things that he wishes he would do, he doesn't do, and the things that he doesn't want to do, he does do. So, because you do what you're not doing, what you want to do, that's right. And, well, I'm going to explain why that is. And I'm not actually coming up with myself. Paul gave the explanation in Romans 7. So if you want to read ahead, in about 15 minutes, we're going to do a deep dive into this chapter and see why did God give us rules like the law, the Old Testament law? Why did he give us that law? And what does it show us? What's its purpose? And once you come to know its purpose, you're gonna be able to understand this whole dichotomy that goes on, this thing that sometimes, and I'm really glad this chapter is in the Bible, because sometimes I thought, maybe I'm the only one that has this problem, that I sometimes find myself wanting to do what I know I'm not supposed to do, and vice versa, not doing the things what I should do. And why is that? And Paul explains it brilliantly in Romans 7. So if you want to go ahead and read ahead, be back in 15 minutes with God's Word. And I'm looking so forward to sharing it with you and getting into God's Word. Until then, if you want some praise music, go to our Amazing Grace Ministries International YouTube channel. At the bottom of the playlist, under the different sermon series through different books of the Bible that I've done, there's even a row of videos that the teens made for showing the other teens back on the mainland some of the stuff that they get to do for their outings and church outings and hanging out in fellowship times and surfing together and going climbing mountains and snowboarding. We live on the Big Island. You can snowboard in the morning on Mauna Kea and come down and go surfing in the afternoon. That's kind of like a cool thing to do. It's just a huge change in altitude from 13,000 plus feet down to sea level, but it's really makes for a really full day. And you come home and you're just like, man, I'm beat. What a great day. And I saw so much of God's handiwork in what he's made. So getting up there on that huge cinder cone mountain and then coming down to the ocean and surfing and seeing all the fish in the sea, it's just awesome. So if you want to check those out, the kids did a great job. I got people hearing me on the radio asking, do you really have whales or dolphins behind you when you're preaching on the beach? And I finally just said, go kids, video me and show it on the YouTube so that people can see it, and then make some videos around where we have church on the beach and stuff so they can see that too. And so the kids did a great job, and you can check those out. If you don't mind putting a like on those videos, it really just gives encouragement to all their efforts that they did. So anyway, I'm gonna be back real soon. Not much time to have worship, but turn on some praise music, and I'll see you at 10:30 Hawaii Standard Time. If you're in Texas, it's 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon here. So see you real soon.